Yo YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your boy Kinazimobile here, guys. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my part 2 of the wish list for 2019 Bullet Force. So guys, I just want to say, Marth Gaming posted this first, and then I posted my first one, my part 1, where I talked about the map changes I want to see. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about guns. So there's going to be gun changes, but also, since this game is growing, I'm going to include a couple of, like guns that I think would be a good addition to the lineup that Bullet Force currently has. So yeah guys, stay tuned because this is a good video. Yeah guys, let's just get straight into it with I think it needs to be nerfed in this year. Okay guys, so the first one's gonna be the Badger Q, guys. This is a suppressed assault rifle. It is a gold exclusive. It's been recently released in a new update, in the latest update. It is OP. It's widely known as one of the best guns in the game currently, and it is the one of the only I think it is the only gold exclusive weapon that's going to be in the primary section here. Usually the gold exclusive guns are pretty balanced. They used to be not so much, but now they are very balanced. But the Badger is an exception. The Badger needs to be nerfed. The range is ridiculous. The rate of fire is really good. Hip fire is good as well. Something needs to be changed. I think it's going to be the range or something like that, but something will get changed with this gun, hopefully. Okay guys, the next ones are going to be the Dart and the HE, the M320 Dart and the M320 HE. These guys are like brothers. One of them's a rocket launcher, one of them's a shotgun. I think the Dart and the HE should be removed from the game, to be honest. A lot of people have said that to me. I think it's true, but I know it probably won't happen. If they're just going to nerf it, I think the Dart's range really needs to get nerfed. It's basically a sniper rifle, but it's a shotgun as well. Like, I don't know what's happening here. It's just an absolutely overpowered weapon. People will just sit in, like, a building and just hit you from the other side of the map with the Dart and just be like, what the hell? Because it's just ridiculously OP. The range is so good. The spread is like a shotgun. I think the developers need to do something about this gun. It's sort of OP. In fact, it's not sort of OP. It is OP, and a lot of people use it, especially new players, and it's really getting on my nerves, to be honest. Anyway, hopefully that gun gets changed. But now I'll move on to its brother, the M320 HE. So guys, the HE is basically the same, except it is a rocket launcher, a mini RPG. I think this is OP. I think it needs to be nerfed. I think having one RPG in the game, to be honest, is perfectly fine. And the RPG itself is actually balanced. It's not actually going to be on the list. I think that the M320 HE is not balanced. I think it needs to be removed. And yeah, that's just my opinion though, guys. You can leave yours down below in the comments. Let's move on to the next weapon. Okay guys, so the AK-12 is obviously going to be on this list for a nerf. It needs a nerf badly. It is a 3-hit kill at any range. It makes sniping incredibly difficult because when it hits you, you move around. Like, it's like this and the L85 makes sniping impossible. Really difficult, guys. So the AK-12, I think, needs a big nerf on either its range or its damage, or it needs way more recoil or a way slower fire rate, something like that. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, this gun is not going to be removed, but I think that something needs to happen to this gun to make it way more balanced and not so much of an overpowered just beast that it is right now. All I can say, guys, is use it while it's good, because I think this will be getting nerfed in either the next update or the one after. So yeah, guys, that's just my opinion on the AK-12. Let's move on to the 870 MCS. So guys, the 870 MCS is a pump-action shotgun. To be honest, both of the shotguns, this and the Sega, are on the list, for different reasons though. The 870 is balanced, but it is abused, in my opinion. I feel like this is the most campy weapon that you can use in the game, except for maybe the M320 HE. This weapon, you can just sit in a corner. It's a one-shot for a decent range as well, so you can just sit in a corner like on Outpost. I rush the building that I'm like pushing, and some kid's sitting at the top of the stairwell with the 870 MCS and just one pumps me to the face. It's kind of annoying. In fact, it's very annoying. Hopefully it gets nerfed. I don't know if it will. I don't think it's going to get removed, but you know, hopefully something happens with it to make it more fair and less annoying, guys. Let's move on to the next weapon. So, as much as it pains me to say it, because this is one of my favorite guns in the game right now, the AUG needs a nerf. It is OP, guys. The range is ridiculous. It's like an AK. It's basically like an AK-12, slightly less damage, slightly more fire rate. It's absolutely overpowered, guys. In scrims, this is banned mostly, but teams that allow it just use it all day long. It's OP. It's just it is annoying to play against, but to be honest, I feel like I abuse it a bit as well. So yeah, guys, the org does need like a bit of a nerf, whether it be range or whatever. I don't know. I think it does need a nerf. Let's move on to the next weapon. So guys, this is going to be the Sega. The Sega is the other shotgun that I was talking about. In my opinion, this is slightly less annoying. A lot of people say this is way worse than the 870, but to me, I think all this needs is a slight reduction in the one-hit kill range, because I think that the one-hit kill range is way too long for a semi-auto shotgun to be able to kill someone at like 10 meters away. I think it needs to be more like 5 meters. I don't know, but I just think that the one-hit kill range is a bit long. If that gets changed, then this gun will actually be balanced, to be honest, and it'll be fair to play against. Guys, the last gun that I'm going to be putting on this overpowered list is going to be the L85. This is the most expensive gun in the game. It is a machine. It makes it impossible to snipe, guys. This is like a 3-hit kill again at long range, but it's got a bit faster fire rate than the AK. But the thing doesn't have the same headshot multipliers that the AK-12 does, which makes it not as good for those close range engagements. But at long range, this is the best gun in the game other than snipers. And you know what? It honestly can compete with people who are not a great sniper. Will be challenged by someone who's decent with the L85. Like they'll lose in a sniping battle in long range to someone with the L85, because this thing's range is ridiculous. The magazine size is good. Everything about this gun is just OP, guys. It needs to be nerfed. I don't know what's going to happen, but obviously something is going to happen because it's just way too OP, and a lot of people are saying that. So guys, that's it for the overpowered weapons. I'm now going to move on to the weapons that I think need a bit of a buff in, the next year or so. Again, I just want to say, like, these guns are there's never going to be full balance between every gun. There's always going to be good guns and bad guns. This list is just so you guys can know the guns that I think really are just at that stage where they're just too OP. But I understand that a lot of these changes will not happen anytime soon. I know that there's like other things which are bigger, like things for Bullet Force to be doing and stuff like that. So hopefully we can see a couple of those nerfs happen very soon. So guys, the first gun that I think needs a buff is a gold exclusive weapon, guys. It's the M16. I think this is the worst gold exclusive weapon, except for one other one which is on this list. I think that the M16, the fact you can't put a scope on it makes it, like, obviously a disadvantage. I think this is just a worst. I don't know why I'd buy this at the start of the game when you can just use the M4A1. It's just a better version. They've got basically the same amount of damage, recoil, and range, except the M4A1 you can put a scope on it, and this thing you can't. Other than the fact this thing sounds really nice and looks super duper cool, there's nothing really, there's nothing really that gets you about this gun. It's just, it's not that good. It doesn't have any like special capabilities. It's not that, like, it's not really competitive at all in any kind of fight. I think this needs a bit of a buff. I think damage per bullet is the way to go for a buff with this. But yeah, guys, let's move on to the next weapon, which is actually going to be another gold exclusive, the CSLR-4. So guys, CSLR-4 is the only sniper that I think I'm going to talk about today. Snipers are in a really good place in Bullet Force right now, but the CSLR-4 is hella not. It is basically a one-shot kill headshot, or it does like 89 damage to the body, which means it's not a one-hit kill, which means it is outclassed, in my opinion, by every other sniper in the game, because it doesn't have the one-hit kill capability. The fire rate is good, but it's meh. Like, it's the same as the Barrett, honestly, but the Barrett is a one-hit kill, which means this has got no reason to be used. It is underpowered so far, it's not even funny. I'm honestly going to say, in Bullet Force, there's no point to have a gun a sniper which isn't a one-hit kill. This gun could honestly be removed and it wouldn't change anything in the game whatsoever. It's just really in a bad place right now, and I don't have any suggestions of how they're going to get it out, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on to the MP40. So guys, the MP40 is sort of like the M16. It's got really nice looks. It sounds really nice. It's really classic gun and all that, but it's just disgustingly bad right now. Other than the hip fire, which is always going to be good, it's the one thing that this gun has got going for it. Everything else is bad. The rate of fire is just so slow. It's like a snail going along. The damage is decent, but it's not high enough to counter the rate of fire. The damage is like the same per bullet as like a fad, but that, like, the rate of fire, it's like the Sega. It's like almost the same. I don't know how slow it is, but it is bloody slow. It's probably the slowest automatic gun in the game. But yeah, guys, so that is my opinion on the MP40. I think that it's pretty simple to get a buff. I reckon either just change the rate of fire to be a little bit higher, or just buff the damage to be like the AK-47 or something like that, because right now it's just not balanced whatsoever. But I think they will buff this very, very soon. Let's get into the next weapon. So guys, the next gun is going to be the Lewis gun. Now, what can I say? The Lewis gun is the only gun in the game which I've got a legendary skin for. But other than that, there is no reason for me to use it whatsoever. It is slow fire rate. It's one of the slowest fire rate guns in the game. Once again, sort of like the MP40, but it has no scope attachment, so you can't put anything on. The iron sights are probably the worst in the game. It's just, it doesn't have that good of range, and the magazine size is good, but it's an LMG. Like, the other LMGs have got 100 bullets in the magazine. This thing's got, like, 50 or something, which is good, but it's not an LMG good. I know it's supposed to be, like, a World War II gun, but, like, the rate of fire is just way too slow for how good the damage is and all that. So, I think this gun needs to be, buffed. I think a rate of fire buff would be plenty, but hopefully something does get changed and this gun does get a bit of a buff. So guys, the only pistol which I would say is underpowered currently in Bullet Force is the M1911. This has been underpowered pretty much since it came into the game, to be honest. I love the M1911. It looks good, sounds good, feels good, but the damage just isn't there. The range isn't there. Again, like a lot of these guns, you can't put a scope on it. I think that is one of the issues with like guns in like the bad guns. A lot of them, the issue is that you can't put an attachment scope on it. But I think also this thing's got a huge issue with the fact that it's basically a deagle, but it's an extra bullet to kill someone. It doesn't have one hit headshot. So yeah, guys, I think this needs a bit of a buff. Hopefully that does happen soon. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for all of the buffs and nerfs that I think needs to happen in Bullet Force. Now, guys, I want to talk about new guns being added to the game. So, first of all, I'm going to just put it out there and say that I think Bullet Force has got an abundance of guns right now, and it's kind of hard to figure out more guns that would fit into this kind of genre. It's not like a game like Fortnite where you can just put in any gun and it sort of be alright, because it's a not like realistic. Bullet Force is a realistic shooter. It needs to have like real guns, but I think that a primary weapon that could possibly go into this game, and this is going to be the only one that I'm going to recommend, is a burst fire weapon. That's all this game is really missing. When I saw the M16, I thought that was going to be a burst weapon, because in most games the M16 is a burst weapon, but it's not. I think that a burst weapon in Bullet Force would really, really help it out. I know, obviously, there is burst weapons in a lot of other shooter games, but I think that some sort of burst weapon in Bullet Force would really, like, you know, just be nice for a bit of a change-up sometimes when you don't want to go fully auto with an AR or semi-automatic. So yeah, guys, definitely keep that in mind. That I think a Bullet Force might bring in a new 3-round burst, or even like just a burst weapon in general will be coming out soon, I'd say, because that's the only gun that I think could fit into the game that they don't really have. Anyway, guys, that's going to be pretty much it, wrapping up the video now. That's just my, things I've got to say about the guns in Bullet Force. That's the buffs, the nerfs, and the one new gun that I've got to suggest. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully there's going to be a couple of devs or something watching this that can understand where I'm coming from with these buffs and nerfs, which I think are the most important thing. And hopefully some of these do get changed. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now it's going to be Kinezy Mobile, signing out.